Hi YouTube. Had a little thought exercise for you. Now I promise, the US dollar was not harmed during the filming of this video. Okay, but the question I have for you is, what if you were paid in silver? And also when you had to pay for goods and services, you had to give up your silver. How would that change the way that you look at the money that you're spending? So, just as a little thought exercise here, I have 100 ounces of silver here. Okay, this represents your pay for a month's work. Okay, let's call it $2,000. We have some eagles, some moose, and a Gersopa bar. So at the end of the month of your hard work, your boss literally went around to your workstation and gave you this pile of silver. Now it's time to pay the bills. Well, you know, your mortgage or your rent, whichever, okay, it's about $800. About 40 ounces of silver. Okay, fixed expense, really can't do much about that. Gotta have a place to live. So there you go. So here's what you're left with. Well, you know, you gotta go back and forth to work, so you gotta put gas in your vehicle. Every time you gas up, it's gonna cost you 3 silver eagles. So here's my question. Knowing that you have to part with these every single time you gas up, would that make you drive a little less? Maybe your next car would be a little bit more fuel efficient? Maybe not, I'm just asking. Anyway, you just had to gas up. But you don't just gas up once a month. Maybe you gas up 3 times. Now it starts to sting a little more, doesn't it? Yeah, you still have plenty, don't you? Now it's time to pay that pesky electric bill. So let's call it $100 a month. Honestly, I'm not sure what you guys are paying. My electric bill's a lot higher than $100 a month. But anyway, so here you're paying $100 a month. And so let me ask you, knowing that you have to part with your 5 silver moose, would that make you look at, I don't know, some of your appliances that leak power because they're always plugged in? Maybe you're always leaving your computer on. I don't know, would it make you change your light bulbs to energy-saving light bulbs? But whatever, you just paid another $100 a month. Right there, bang, gone. You got to pay for groceries, right? So let's call that $500 a month. Now we're getting down there, aren't we? So basically, all of your fixed costs have been paid. And what's left over is your discretionary money. Time to pay your iPhone, guys. All right, time to give up that Gersopa bar. Does that start to make you really question whether your iPhone is really worth it? With that unlimited monthly data plan? I mean, it's funny to send dirty pictures to your buddies, right? And you all laugh and text. Is that worth this every month? Okay, well that goes too. Hey, buddy's called you up. You ready for a night on the town? There's 3 more ounces. You get my point, right? It's so funny because that's really what you're doing every month. Yes, we use this as a medium of exchange. Okay? And yes, this spends so easy. Or even worse, throwing it on the old credit card. It all spends so easy. And then at the end of the month, it's just all gone. And you're not really sure, you're not really sure where it all went, but it's gone. So the question is, if you cut out the middleman, which you'll never purely do, obviously, but if you could kind of create your budget like you were, and if you were to only think about it in terms of silver, how much harder is this to spend than this. And if you began to look at it that way, how would that change your spending habits? You know, what if you were paid directly in silver? How hard would it be to wrestle that from your grip? I mean, many of you know the answer because you haven't sold any silver yet. You know, anytime something comes up, you try to find a way around it. And yes, I know many of you have. I hear about that a lot. I hear about people that regretfully have to sell their silver. But the simple question is, if you're to kind of twist the way that you look at it just a little bit, and you realize that every time you spend this, you're really spending this, how would that alter your view on your money? Just a little thought exercise.